Here's a short tip about thumb placement. I've noticed with a lot of my students lately, I'm having a similar conversation about the use of the thumb. What people are tending to do is let the thumb come up over top and let this joint in your thumb bend over to kind of stabilize the guitar. But it really works against you. It doesn't work for you. It might feel like you're stabilizing at first, but once you realize what all's going on, it's really kind of limiting the use of your hand. By reaching your thumb over like this, a couple things happen. You shorten the reach of your fingers because you're requiring your hand to be closer to the neck, and so you're holding it more. It becomes more like a baseball bat grip. If you keep your thumb back and lower, and you keep your thumb straight, it works for your advantage. As far as it works like a bookend. It's going to, when you press on a fret, when you press down notes, that straight thumb isn't going to want to go anywhere. It's just going to kind of be there and do its thing, and you don't have to flex your hand, you don't have to flex your muscles, and therefore it's just a more relaxed, responsive point as opposed to having to grip. And if your thumb's bent, you're gripping and you're causing pressure and tension down through the palm of your hand, which leads to fatigue and leads to some hand pain, and you've shortened your fingers all at the same time. So you want to keep that thumb straight and keep the thumbprint kind of low and on the back of the neck, and let your hand work for you. Here's the view from behind the neck. Notice my thumb stays straight, and I'm letting the design of my hand work in my favor. If my thumb is up like this, it closes my hand around the neck and makes for a tighter grip that's going to reduce my ability to move freely. The other thing that occurs is this feeling that the guitar is going to move around on you, and people want to kind of creep their thumb up there to hold on to it, thinking that they're stabilizing it. In reality, when you have your thumb on the top of it like this, any move you make with your hand causes the guitar to move around, causes that motion. When you've got it just cradled between your leg and your bicep and your shoulder, don't flex your shoulder, just let it kind of sit there. But when you've got that cradled, the instrument just wants to sit where you put it. And with the thumb on low and on the back of the neck, nice and straight, all you're doing is creating this stop, kind of like a wedge, that when you fret a note, the neck or the guitar is going to push up against that wedge, up against your thumb, and it's going to hold it in place, and it's going to be more stable. It's going to want to move around less, and you'll feel like you're just playing around the instrument as opposed to holding onto it and trying to keep it where you're at. So keep that thumb low and straight, keep your thumbprint on the back of the neck, and my thumb usually rides just above the crest of the shape of the neck, in this case a slight V on this guitar. And you do see the tip of my thumb above the neck at times, depending on my placement and what I'm doing, but you're never going to see it come over and cradle and come over and grip like this. So nice low thumb and a balanced hand.